Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News and Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Godwin Sunday. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. And now to the news. The recent wave of defections from the major opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the Labour Party, LP, to the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, President Bola Tinubu, has seemingly bolstered President Bola Tinubu's chances and the APC confidence in retaining power in the 2027 general elections. In recent months, several high-profile politicians, particularly from the PDP and Labour Party, have joined the All Progressive Congress, citing alignment with Tinubu's policy and a commitment to national unity. There are indications that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar may have offered the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, a vice president role in a joint single-term ticket. The proposal was reportedly discussed earlier during a meeting between Atiku and Obi early this year in the United Kingdom. There are reports that Atiku has committed to serving a single 4-term years, and Obi has agreed to be part of the former vice president's running mate. The Borno State Governor Babangana Zulum has announced an ongoing review of counter-insurgency strategy in collaboration with the federal government in response to the recent resurgence of attacks across part of the state. Zulum reaffirmed his administration's commitments to bolstering local security architecture, improving intelligence gathering, and providing frontline security personnel with tools they need to combat insurgency effectively. The governor noted that President Bola Tinubu and the service chiefs have given firm assurances of support in addressing its persistent security challenges. But still on security matters, Shaudo Auko, a close associate of the notorious terrorist kingpin Bello Tuji, has been confirmed killed in a targeted airstrike. The operation, carried out by air component of Operation Fasan Yama, struck a terrorist hideout near Tufan Primary School in Isa local government area of Sokoto State. The Nigerian Army Forces confirmed that Auko, a key link in cross-border terrorist logistics, was killed alongside several fighters and suspected high-ranking commanders. Urobos in Warri South local government area of Delta State have protested their exclusion from a meeting with the National Security Advisor, Nuru Ribadu, scheduled for today. In a petition which was signed by West Ham Adeha and Mark Ikutu, the Urobos faulted their exclusion from the meeting. The meeting was meant to discuss the controversy surrounding the delimitation by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in Warri South. The Lagos State chapter of the Labour Party says it is confident of victory in the July 12 local government elections if conducted fairly. Deputy Chairman of the party in Lagos State, Olusupo Ajayi, stated this during an interview in the state. Ajayi stated that 26 chairmanship candidates from the Julius Abure-led faction of the Labour Party emerged on Friday for the upcoming local government polls. The chairman and chief executive officer of Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NITCOM, Abike Dabiri Erewa, has called for a whole of government and a war of society approaches against human trafficking in Nigeria. She made the declaration at a strategic meeting with Ajia Binta Bello, the Director General of National Agency for the Population of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIC, at her office in Abuja. Dabiri Erewa noted that while progress has been made, more needs to be done, with a call for traffickers to be named and shamed as part of enforcement of stricter penalties aimed at discouraging other criminal actors. In a related scene, the The Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCAM, says it has received 13 trafficked Nigerians, including 12 girls and 5-year-old boy, rescued from Ghana and Mali, respectively. In a press statement signed by the Director of Media, Public Relations and Protocols Unit, Abdul Rahman Balogun, the Commission noted that 11 of the victims were rescued from Ghana, while 2 women aged 27 and 35 were brought back from Mali. Speaking on behalf of Dabiri Erewa, head of NIDCAM Lagos Liaison Office, Mr. Dipo Odebowale said the victims were lured with promises of jobs opportunities but were later forced into prostitution in Ghana. Still on the news, Gombe State Governor Inuwa Yahya has warned intending pilgrims to the 2025 Hajj from the state against acts capable of denting the image of the country. Yahya gave the warning while bidding farewell to the intending pilgrims in Gombe. The governor, who was represented by the secretary to the state government, Professor Ibrahim Njudi, urged them to stay away from unscrupulous and unpatriotic fellows who engage in drug peddling. You are watching the live broadcast of Midday News. When Midday News returns, Tinubu approves licenses for North Oil projects. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. In business, President Bola Tinubu has granted regulatory approval for the issuance of all critical licenses required for the Komnani Integrated Development Project, a multi-billion-dollar oil exploration initiative located between Bauchi and Gombe states. A statement issued by the Minister's Special Advisor on Media and Communication, Nnamaka Okafo, quoted Lokobiri as saying the approval were part of efforts to ramp up oil production by activating all available hydrocarbon platforms across the country. The development was disclosed by the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil Senator Enekin Lokobiri during the flag-off ceremony for the construction of the permanent site of the Bauchi Oil and Gas Academy in Alkaleri local government area of Bauchi State. The Senate Committee on Power has raised concern over the liquidity crisis bedeviling the power sector, lamenting that the tariff shortfalls in the industry have indicated that the government owes about 200 billion naira to electricity generating companies every month. The chairman of the committee, Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, disclosed this while fielding questions from journalists during a retreat held in Ikotekpene, Akwa Ibom State on Saturday. The committee disclosed that since this year, the government has not paid the power producers and that this has raised the debt to about 800 billion naira. The Central Bank of Nigeria has recorded a significant decline of 4.145 trillion naira in net loans and receivables in 2024, driven primarily by a reduction in its overdraft exposure to the federal government and changes across other loans categories. According to the Apex Bank's audited financial statements, net loans and receivables at the bank level dropped from 16.122 trillion naira in 2023 to 11.977 trillion in 2024. At the group level, the figure declined from 15.091 trillion naira to 10.959 trillion naira, reflecting a 4.132 trillion naira drop. The most substantial adjustment came from the overdraft extended to the federal government under the Ways and Means provision. The Chinese ambassador of Nigeria, Yoon Donghai, has harped on the imperative of enhanced collaboration between China and Nigeria in unlocking the potentials of Nigeria's solid mineral sector through establishment of electric vehicles factories in Nigeria. A statement by the Minister's Special Assistant on Media, Segun Tomori, disclosed plans by China to establish electric vehicles factories in Nigeria. Donghai disclosed this while paying a courtesy visit to the Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Dr. Dele Alake, in his office, where he emphasized the importance of closer ties between both nations in advancing Nigeria's industrial growth. On the foreign scene, Somali authorities and witnesses say several people were killed and others wounded when a suicide bomber thought to be from the Al-Shabaab militant group targeted an army recruitment center in Mogadishu. The Information Ministry said the attacker, disguised as a civilian, reportedly detonated explosive outside the Zero Domayo camp in southern Mogadishu at 9:20 a.m. local time. Islamist militant group Al-Shabaab, which is linked to Al-Qaeda, has claimed responsibility for the bombing. Israel says it will allow a limited amount of food into Gaza, ending an 11-week blockade that has brought the territory to the brink of famine. Prime Minister Netanyahu has said a starvation crisis would jeopardize Israel's renewed military offensive against Hamas. He said the food shortage has reached extreme level. And in sports, President Bola Tinubu believes Nigerian sports sector will keep thriving under the government's Renewed Hope initiative as the country holds the 22nd National Sport Festival in Ogun State. President Tinubu was represented at the event by Vice President Kashim Shettima, who also officially declared the games open. Over 15,000 athletes from the 36 states, including the Federal Capital Territory, and junior athletes are competing at the games, which runs till May 30th. The MK Abiola Sports Complex in Abeokuta was packed with athletes, officials, and teaming spectators from within and outside Abeokuta for the magnificent opening ceremony, marking the official start of the games. Spanish La Liga giant Real Madrid currently tops UEFA coefficient rankings. In the latest ranking released by UEFA through their website, Real Madrid is ahead of Manchester City and Bayern Munich, who are in the top 3 positions. Chelsea, Arsenal, Paris Saint-Germain, and Manchester United move up compared to the previous ranking. Wiki Tourists and Barrow FC have secured qualifications to the Nigerian National League NNL Super 8 playoff tournament. The Bauchi Elephants trashed Zamfara United 4-1 at the Tafawa Balewa Stadium, Bauchi, in their final match of the season. Barrow FC held Mighty Jets to a goalless draw in Jos. That's it on Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen. Use it at Global TV NG. You can also download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I am Godwin Sunday. Thank you for watching.